I was meditating and reminiscing about my life. Fighting demons when I go to sleep, so I was up all night. All praise to the Father for getting me out of that life. Grace was running out, but I ain't know it till I seen that last light. I was stuck in the deep end, ganja was fleeting. Lust of fuss and reading, pistol packing like we militant. Stacking sin upon saying I know that my life was about to end. On me was trifling, had to air him out like a feasting. But that was the old me, blind in life not knowing. Most I gave me another shot, had to shoot it like I'm Kobe. Oh Lord, don't rebuke me. When you're angry, show your mercy. I own up to my sins now. Please, Father, show mercy. My bones are vexed now. Heat me up like I'm Jeremy. Never putting my trust in the flesh now. Father, you the one protect me. We no longer in the back now. We in the front like nosebleeds. We forever reading from morning to evening. Keep your candles burning in and out of season. Hamashiach Yahweh Shai gave his life for the sheep, and we pray you have mercy upon all your children. The pride of life is so hated. Humble yourself like a baby before you end up in Hades. Depart from me, you too late. Girded myself with that lady. Wisdom got power, won't tame it. We study scriptures like daily. I was meditating and reminiscing about my life. Fighting demons when I go to sleep, so I was up all night. All praise to the Father for getting me out of that life. Grace was running out, but I ain't know it till I seen that last light. I was stuck in the deep end, ganja was fleeting. Lust of fleeting, the fact that you militant. It's in the past saying I know that my life's about to end. On me was trifling, had to air him out like a feasting.
Making way back in them dark times. I don't know, post like a stop sign. Selling it though with my Glock 9. Sinning and walking a thin line. Cause I was determined, I had to get mine. Doing whatever was necessary, just as long as we all shine. Taking penitentiary chances due to my circumstances. When daddy left us all alone, I vowed to put my mama in a mansion. Cause only the strong survive when you're living in the jungle. So many already done lost their lives because they wasn't ever humble. When them demons come to haunt you, most likely they catching you by surprise. He who sent them if he wants you. There will be nowhere to run that high. I done seen so many homicides. Don't know how I still got my sanity. Surprised I was never traumatized. The Most High, he must have a plan for me.
I was meditating and reminiscing about my life. Fighting demons when I go to sleep, so I was up all night. All praise to the Father for getting me out of that life. Grace was running out, but I ain't know it till I seen that last light. I was stuck in the deep end, ganja was fleeting. Lust of fuss and reading, pistol packing like we militant. Stacking sin upon saying I know that my life was about to end. On me was trifling, had to air him out like a feasting. I'm with the fam, not with the squad, what was you thinking? Do it better than one cause they got a reward for their holy business. We are the Israelites for the Most High's only children. Kingdom of heaven is coming, hop on the train, please don't miss it.
Con. Shalom, family. All praise be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Back with another Wednesday wisdom for the family, right? My name is Captain Nathaniel Allah, and I'm here to bring you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All praise be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right, let me start off with the book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17. 1 second. Grab that. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. This is the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Father by him. Right? So we already know the deal. Anything we do in word or deed, just giving all honor and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right? Come on, so I want to talk about today the secret societies being exposed again. Right? Right? You know, there's probably certain words I can't use, but I'm definitely going to show these things. And there's a lot of evil in high places, right? As Timothy talked about, right? And it's being exposed, man. The Most High is uncovering the skirt, right? Uncovering the nakedness of this place, right? Let me get that in Ephesians real quick. Ephesians 6 and 12. 1 second. Ephesians 6, verse 12. All right. So this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. Let me get another version. It's lucky for the time. People moving kind of slow. All right. Good. I'm just going to read it. All right. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Right? The rulers of the darkness of this world. Right? There are people that rule over the darkness that you see in this world. Right? They oversee these things. Right? Against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right? So these things are so deep that it's spiritually wicked. Right? It's not so much they doing something physically that's turning into the spiritual. It's already at the spiritual. It's already spiritual wickedness from the jump, what they're doing. And it's in high places. And when something is in high places, you can't see it. Right? Like if you're walking next to a skyscraper, you don't always look up and try to see the 100th floor from where you're at. Right? It's hard to see. Right? But the Most High is making it so that we can see it now. Right? And Shalom, Sister Yeshua, all praise be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? Let me get that precept. All right, this is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 5. Let me try to get it in this. I don't know why this thing is giving me a hard time. So the family can see it. Right? This is the book of Nahum chapter 3 verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. Talking about Babylon the Great, right? All these nations and kingdoms, they're going to know about these spiritual things, these spiritual wickedness in high places, right? Everything is going to be revealed, right? There's going to be no stone that's not turned, right? And this is what we're going to see. We have this boxer. His name is me show you him. Ryan, his name is Ryan Garcia, right? Right. Right. He's a big time boxer. He just boxed Gervonta Davis, which is like the number one he's middleweight, I believe, or lightweight boxer in the world, right? And he boxed him, of course. I mean, he lost, right? But he came out and talked about some things, including what's called the Bohemian Grove, right? Bohemian Grove, right? And we're gonna look into that today, family. What these people are doing, that we see, what these people are doing that are in these high places, right? That the Most High is letting us see, right? So let's check this out. Also, this is my first time actually looking at videos of him, and so this is gonna be my natural reaction. I didn't get to watch this yet, so excuse if there's any cursing or anything, family. You know, if you got kids around, you know, tell them to go play with their toys or something. All right, all praises.
I'm not in possession.
Said y'all.
Here to explain what's going on.
It's probably hard to
I'm
hear.
not in possession of my phone. I can't get access to my Instagram. My cards are locked.
Oh, so now he's talking about, because he released that information, right, that we're going to see soon, he's going through this. It says Ryan Garcia says he's stripped of access of his phone, social media, and credit cards. And these are things I've seen before. We've seen that with Kanye West.
Being real.
Right?
You know, I'm being real taken advantage. And I personally wanted just to send out a video to the people that love me and my fans and family that's concerned that I'm okay. I'm not dead. I believe in Jesus. All those are lies. And, you know, they try to put me in jail. They're blocking my cards. I can't access my money.
All right, so you know these things, when people release information like this or they go in, you know, sometimes I look at it both ways. I don't always look at it like, oh, he's telling the truth, that's it, right? Sometimes these things, it could be distractions, right? Distractions from the big picture, like, you know, the thing that's going on with Russia, right? It could be the big distraction. So just, you know, take it for what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. But it's too many of the same people saying the same exact thing, family. That's what gets me, because it's too many witnesses, right? Even the scriptures say in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, right? And this has hundreds of witnesses saying the same thing about the same people, right?
Nobody's hitting me back. I don't know what's going on, but just know I'm okay. Proof, bro. I don't give up.
Right. So excuse the language, family, but this is the meat of the matter. What he said that got him blocked and all these things that just happened.
Bro, I fucking will show you every fucking video you could ever fucking believe. Bohemian Grove is real. Fucking tied me down and they made me fucking watch, dog.
All right, so he just said Bohemian Grove is real. Let's look at let's do a quick Google search on Bohemian Grove, right? All right, it says Bohemian Grove is a restricted 27,000-acre campground at 2601 Bohemian Avenue, belonging to a private gentleman's club known as the Bohemian Club, right? The Bohemian Grove hosts a more than 2-week encampment of some of the most prominent men in the world, right? Who people would call the so-called elite, right? The Bohemian Club's all-male membership includes artists and musicians, as well as many prominent business leaders, government officials, former U.S. presidents, senior media executives, and people of power. Members may invite guests to the Grove. Guests may be invited to the Grove for either spring jinks in June or May and July encampment. Bohemian Club members can schedule private day use events at the Grove, blah, 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 blah. Right? So it says that it is restricted. So you need an invitation to be there. Right? And this is for prominent men, such as presidents and government officials, right? And prominent business leaders and people of power and senior media, right? The things that we watch on TV, executives, right? So let's go back.
I absolutely don't give a fuck anymore. Yes, I fucking lost it.
Now that reminded me when I first got into all this
All
stuff
right, so
where the
let's get
industry
the
money. Oh, yo, pretty sure it happens to everybody. It's like Kanye. We already
find where if I can't find it on this one. Give me a second. See, like I think he don't got the full video. Let me get the full video, family. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here it is.
Me down and they made me watch little kids get raped. I don't give a fuck anymore.
where
Oh man, they they saying the R word. Salak family. Dang.
Not fucking joking, bro. I have fucking proof, bro. I don't give a fuck. Bro, I'll fucking every fucking video you could ever fucking believe.
It's too much cursing, family. Man, I wish y'all could listen to this. I mean, they saying things that could get the channel restricted, so I'm gonna have to pause that. But basically, he said he's seen little kids go through things as young as 2 years old, right? Yeah, and you know that's not far fetched as we know about the Pizzagate thing and the whatever what's that the name of that island, right? So yeah, you know he's coming out and talking about it, and they restricted his access to social media and certain things. But here's another thing about Bohemian Grove right here. So check this out. We're gonna go into this Bohemian Grove that he was at, right? Another witness, right? People talking about it, right? So give me a second.
Did you say the Bohemian Club? That's where all those rich Republicans go up and stand naked against redwood trees, right? I've never been to the Bohemian Club, but you ought to go. It'd be good for you. Get some fresh air.
So this is a random person talking to the president right here, and because he's asking him about Bohemian Grove, and he said, "I heard this and this and that, but I've never been there." Right? Of course, he put it off as a joke.
What's this picture of?
Actually, don't remember.
Let's see with the Bohemian Grove. You told me that I'm delusional.
You know, it's nice to know that there's some people who have fantasy lives
Not
that have
fantasy.
nothing to touch with.
There's
Nice to
video
have
inside the
you.
Bohemian
Bye
Grove.
bye.
So you were there. Can we talk to you about it, sir?
My thing is if it's not anything crazy that they're doing, then why do they not answer questions?
Yes, sir. First question.
1 second, then. 1 second.
You gave a keynote speech at the Bohemian Grove Club, sir. A club which openly has mock child sacrifices and satanic worship, sir. Can you answer my question, sir, please?
I was very pleased. I was very pleased with my performance in the debate. It was a good debate.
What about the Bohemian Grove Club, though, sir? That's very important. They do mock human sacrifices there, sir, and you reported being there.
I was very pleased with my performance in the debate.
Sir, why did you ignore my question, sir? Can we have open dialogue? If you want to be president, let's have an open dialogue about this. You just ignored me, sir.
So this person's running for president. I don't know his exact name, but he's running for president. But they can't talk about these things that they visit and stuff like that, man. So the kings of the king of this land, which is the U.S., does these things too. And now this guy, Ryan Garcia, is releasing information and said they messing with little kids there. So it's crazy, man. Now this guy, his name is Alex Jones. He actually went there at night and seen what they were doing. Let's see. Check it out.
It was the night of July 15th, 2000. Mike Hansen and I were about to attempt the first ever successful infiltration of the Bohemian Grove. Others have tried and failed. No one has ever actually made it in and out with video evidence. After careful planning, we decided the best tactic would be to insert ourselves about a half mile from the main entrance into the heavily wooded area, entering the gorge by stealth and getting into the main parking area. From there, we posed as Bohemian Club members, thus entering the inner sanctums of the New World Order. After landing in San Francisco at the International Airport, we traveled through the city, across the Golden Gate Bridge into deeper Northern California. From there north to Santa Rosa, going west on Highway 12, the gateway to Bohemian Grove.
Well, here we are, folks, turning on to the Bohemian Highway and Bohemian Grove. We're going to find out what in the New World Order is going on here.
Now, keep in mind what they said the Bohemian Grove Club is. Supposedly, it's only men that are invited, and these are the rich club. I think there's a fee, all kind of stuff, right? Now, notice of mullet.
Flames that decline effigy, we shall read the sign. Midsummer sets us free. You shall burn me once again. Not with these flames, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign. Ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire.
Shit weird. So you see these Edomites, man, they want to see what's going on at this Bohemian Grove, right? So he's literally sneaking in through the forest and watching this whatever ritual they got going on. You see people wearing all white, look like clan members or something.
I know some of y'all remember this though.
Check that out. Look what he said. Prince of all mortal wisdom. Right? This is what these people are worshiping. There's a huge owl statue at Bohemian Grove. So check this out. That's what they're worshiping. Right? Look at that fire. What that fire remind you of? What that fire remind you of, family? All right? I'm gonna show you right now. Check this out. Right? Because remember now, there's nothing new under the sun. Right? So check this out. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. Right? They got the children there. It says, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Most High. Right? Because we learned those things when we were in Egypt. Right? That's why the Most High had to create a law talking about that. Right? So that's what that fire means. Right? And you know what they put in them fires. Right? They're putting those seeds in there. You heard that? He said, Owl of Bohemia. So these people are doing witchcraft on a high level, man. Wow. Let's put the all this. Here goes that owl again. You gotta be real dedicated to be in the bushes watching this.
Now, did y'all hear that at the end where he said, "Once again, midsummer set us free," and then you heard like a gore kind of scream, like them screams you hear in gore horror type movies.
I didn't hear no scream. Let me check that out again. That sounds crazy. Dang. That is wild, man. That is wild. That is insane. That is crazy, man. But yeah, man. Ryan Garcia released that information about that place, and now it's being exposed to the whole world by another prominent man, right? Because check this out. As far as everybody looks at him because he's a rich man, he's a prominent man, but we've been saying this thing for years. It says Ecclesiastes Sirach 13 and 23. It says, "When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it into the cloud, to the clouds." Right? When Ryan Garcia say something, right? Rich man, they extol what he's saying to the cloud because of his possessions. But if the poor man speak, right, someone who doesn't have anything, they say, "What fellow is this?" And if he stumble, right, if he makes mistakes or he messes up, they will help to overthrow him, right? They're gonna kick him when he's down, right? So family, just know that, man, there's wickedness in high places, and it's being exposed every day, man, as this place collapses. Right? All praise be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for allowing us to understand what they got going on, so we can fight against this wickedness in high places and be not ignorant of it, right? Because you don't know what else they're doing on a high level. If they're doing that thing, if they're doing those things with children, you already know they're doing other things just as crazy. So we're gonna go into the next topic now, is the significance of the Passover, right? Because we got the Passover coming up, so it was on my spirit to talk about it. All right, so we're gonna start off with Leviticus 23, chapter 23, verse 4 through 6. Right. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 4 through 6. These are the feasts of the Most High, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons, right? So when we keep the Passover, you got to make sure it's in season, family. You shouldn't be keeping the Passover when it's snowing outside, right? Verse 5, in the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover, right? And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Most High. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. All right. So if you read up, you're supposed to get rid of the leaven in your house, right? That leaven represents sin, family, right? So we're going to look at where the Passover is established, right? Let's go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 12, right? This is the book of Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, right, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you, right? So this month is the beginning of months, right? That's coming up. This is when the Passover is in the beginning of months, right? Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. right? So this lamb is a representation of Yahweh Shai, right? So let me get that real fast. Let me get John 1 and 20. Right? All these things are precursors for us now. All the things that we're doing right now are precursors of the kingdom and us being out of this place. John.
Yeah.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 29. The next day, John seeth Yahushua coming unto him and saith, Behold, the Lamb of God, right, which taketh away the sin of the world, right? Right? So the most that lamb is representation of Yahushua, right? That's gonna take away our captivity, right? So I'm going back to Exodus chapter 12 and verse 6. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Right? So what happened to Yahushua, man? He died for us. Right? Same concept. Right? And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat. Right? And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Right? So like your family. 1 second. It's a lot, family. Right? I'm gonna start at verse 7 again. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses wherein they shall eat. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Right? So that you got the unleavened bread and you got the bitter herbs, right? These are all representations of things, right? Those bitter herbs reminds you of the harshness that our people went through when they were in captivity, right? Right now, same exact concept. We're going through harsh circumstances as a nation of people, right? Some people that's going through less than others, but as a nation, we're going through that bitter herb, right? Verse 9, it says, Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Right? And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded and shoes, and with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover, right? So it's not something where you're taking your time, you having a full course meal, right? You're trying to let the food digest before you drink the wine. All these things are supposed to be done in haste. It's a lot, right? For I will pass through the land of Egypt in this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. All right, so let's look that up. All right, Exodus 12 and 13. That token. All right, that token is a sign, signal, a distinguishing mark, a banner, remembrance, miraculous sign, omen, warning. Right? This distinguishing mark sticks out to me. Right? I'm sure you will. One second, family. Revelation 7. Yeah, this is what it reminds me of. Shalom, brother Don Israel. Missed it earlier, man. I was going over the secret societies, man. I know if you know who Ryan Garcia is, he just released some information about the so-called Bohemian Grove. Right? Talking about the crazy things he's seen over there. But yeah, this is Book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 3. It says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of God, of our God, in their foreheads. Right? And this token in Exodus 12 and 13, it says it's a distinguishing mark, right? Because we know the people that marked their doorposts did not receive the judgment that came down on Egypt. So it's the same concept. It says, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses, right? Because remember, you could save your whole household just by you doing what you have to do, right? Same concept, family. Same concept, right? One second. All right, come on, I'm back. Salak, family. All right, so, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. Right, so when this place is going through all the things that they're going through, because the Most High sealed you, Most High willing, you won't go through it as they would, right? Of course, you're going to have your martyrs, but Most High willing, you won't go through the judgment that this land is going to go through, right? This place is, right? Because you're receiving that mark, that token, right? From the beginning, talking about this Passover, right? So let me go to Joshua 5 and 10. Actually, I'm going to go to Exodus 12 and 14 in the NLT really quick, right? Because people always go into the Passover, right? What is the Passover? The Passover is the celebration of us leaving Egypt, right? Leaving our bondage, right? Because some people say, you know, you're supposed to be sad on that day, you know, because of multiple reasons, right? Or you're not supposed to be too excited. But you know, there's a balance, man. I don't think you should be having a straight up shebang type party type vibe, I guess. But then again, it's like it's at the same. It's like a balance, man. Y'all know, y'all know. You go through the actual ceremonial things, the lamb, the herb, the unleavened bread, and if you want to celebrate, play some music, nothing wrong with that, right? Check this out. Exodus 12 and 14. This is a day to remember each year from generation to generation. You must celebrate it as a special festival to the Lord. This is a law for all time. Right? So ain't nothing wrong with celebrating, family. Ain't nothing wrong with celebrating. But don't do nothing crazy while you're doing it. You know? And y'all know what I mean. Right? So ain't nothing wrong with celebrating and being joyful that our ancestors went through what they went through and they got out of it. Right? Because you don't think we're gonna celebrate when we get out of here? Trust me. It's gonna be crazy. Right? Let me get another one. Joshua. So like I was supposed to show you guys that NOT. Let me go to Joshua 5. Five and 10. Because even when we passed through the Red Sea and the Egyptians got washed up, shoot, we were celebrating. Right, the first thing Miriam did, the prophetess, she grabbed the Timberland dance. Check this out. While the Israelites were camped at Gilgal on the plains of Jericho, they celebrated Passover on the evening of the 14th day of the first month. So we know this is a celebration, family. It's not the Day of Atonement. All right. So I'm going to go to Exodus 15 and 19 now, right? Just to drive the point home. Exodus 15. Right? Let's see. All right. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 19. When Pharaoh's horses, chariots, and charioteers rushed into the sea, the Lord brought the water crashing down on them. But the people of Israel had walked through the middle of the sea on dry ground. Then Miriam the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a tambourine and led all the women as they played their tambourines and danced. And Miriam sang this song. So they were singing, dancing, hooray, right? After they escaped, right? So when we remember this thing, we're supposed to be doing the same thing. Because, you know, there's an argument in Israel of should we be celebrating or should we be down on that day? So just showing you that, family, to help you understand, right? Now, here's the other side of it now, right? Because I already brought to you that Christ is the Lamb in John 1 and 29, right? It says, behold the Lamb, right? When John seen Yahushua, right? Go to John 15 and 13. Right? This is what Christ did for us, man. John 15 and 13. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Right? Yahushua loved us so much that he laid down his life for us. And we are called friends in this, right? I mean, of course, you could be an enemy, but you are called friends, and he laid down his life for you, right? So, shoot, I don't think there's any repayment for that back to Yahushua, right? Unless you're laying down your life for the law too, right? You're laying down for what Yahushua stand for. You're laying down your own life too as well. That's equal repayment, right? So that leads me to 1 Corinthians real quick. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 6. Your boasting is not good. Don't you know that a little yeast leavens the whole batch of dough? Right? That's why we got to get rid of the yeast in our house during the time, and we eat unleavened bread for the 7 days, because that goes into the feast of unleavened bread as well. Right? Because just a little bit of yeast, man, a little bit of sin can explode on you. Right? Can rise the whole body out of place. Right? Just like it can rise the dough. Get rid of the old yeast, so that ye may be a new unleavened batch. Get rid of those old sins, family. Right? Get rid of those old sins that's holding you back, so that ye may be a new unleavened batch. Right? Right? Because remember, we're giving our bodies as living sacrifices. Right? We're not throwing up lambs and bulls right now. Right? So now, as that living sacrifice, it can't have that old yeast in there. That living sacrifice needs to have that new unleavened body. Right? I was going to say batch, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. When you bring that sacrifice, it has to be new and unleavened, right? Check this out. It says, as you really are, right? You're being compared to that. For Yahushai, our Passover lamb, there it goes again. For Yahushai, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed. Therefore, you see that? This was the sacrifice. So when someone comes and say, why y'all not sacrificing? This was the sacrifice. Right? So we don't do that right now. Therefore, let us keep the festival, right? Or the feast, as it says in the KJV. Not with old bread leavened with malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. Right? So when we keep this feast, you shouldn't be your old selves, the things that were holding you back. Malice and wickedness, right? You have an ought with your brother or something like that. Things are going on, right? You haven't handled the old things that you were going through, right? But with unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. Right? So when you come to the Passover, you have to be that unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. Right? Right? We go to Matthew. Matthew 26. Matthew 26, verse 17 through 28. Right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 17. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yahushua and asked, where do you want us to prepare the Passover meal for you? Right? So anybody that's in any religion talk about they following Christ, why are we not doing this? Why aren't we doing this? Right? And I know where they'll take you. I'll show you right now. Let me go there really quick. This is where they'll take you. All right. Acts 12 and verse 4. Acts 12 and 4. All right, check this out. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to the 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Right? So mostly Christians will say they celebrate Easter. Right? That's their Passover. Right? So Passover gets convoluted now to Easter. Right? Shalom, Amram, Israel. Good to see you, family. Right? So Passover gets convoluted to Easter now, and now we're dealing with bunnies and stuff. Right? But let's look into that word Easter really fast. Let's look into that word Easter. All right, it says it's of Aramaic origin.
Strong's G 3957. Pascha. Pascha.
Reminds me of Pesach. Right? It says the paschal sacrifice, which was accustomed to be offered for the people's deliverance of old from Egypt. Okay. Right? You know what that's talking about already, just off that alone. The Paschal lamb, the lamb of the Israelites were accustomed to slay and eat on the 14th day of the month, Nisan, the first month of the year, in memory of the day which their fathers, preparing to depart from Egypt, were bidden by Yahweh to slay and eat a lamb and to sprinkle their doorposts. You already read it. This is it. That the destroying angel, seeing the blood, might pass over their dwellings. Christ crucified is likened to the slain Paschal lamb. The Paschal supper, the Paschal feast, the feast of the Passover. Right, so that word Easter was put in the King James Bible right there. Right. Right. So we know that Easter in the Bible is talking about Passover. When you go to your King James Bible and go to Acts 12 and 4, it's going to say Easter if you're using the King James Bible, right? And they'll use that to justify the bunnies and Easter egg hunting and Easter Sunday, right? But that's not what that word is used for. That word is a Aramaic word for Passover, Pesach, right? Come on, just showing you all that information, family, right? So, family, we went over, the significance of Passover is to remember our ancestors, what they went through, right? And their deliverance, man, right? And the same thing is going to happen for us, most high willing, that we be delivered. When we go through the trials and tribulations, such as Jacob's trouble, being martyrs, right? Till the time we're actually delivered out of this place. Because if there's nothing new under the sun, same thing's going to happen again. Right? We went into bondage for the wickedness that we've done. We're going to be released once we get our act together. Right? So keep your head up, family. Stay encouraged. Right? And even if it doesn't happen in our lifetime, just know that your seed line will be good, Most High will. Right? When it does happen. Right? So stay encouraged, family. Keep his law, statutes, and commandments and faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right? If y'all have any questions, just drop it in the chat. I'm gonna throw on some music for the family. We'll end it out with moving in the spirit, right? Because that's all we always need to do. I love y'all, man. We got another Wednesday Wisdom in the books. Shalom.
And now we meet up every year for Feast of Tales. All praise to the Most High.
I found a way to dwell with my brothers and my sisters. Glory to Yah. I found what was missing, now I live the scriptures.
Used to be MIA. I followed the wind and linked up with my brethren. Forget about the past, follow the cloud that's in front of me and read the blessings. I found a way. 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 I found a way.
I gotta keep his commandments. Daughter of Yah, I won't stop. This is how he planned it. Worldly friends had to chop him off. Abba, keep me from the simple. Your words preserving my mental. This was never coincidental. This was never coincidental.
Had to link up on my soldiers is working in coda. Got scripts in my holster. That means I got 80. If you playing crazy, the rain gon' come like times of Noah. Our people search the ends of the earth of his wisdom, but you gon' find Yah in the works. My niggas stay patient, you gon' find what you looking for if you put in the first.
Brother, sister, polishing our image, gotta keep it kosher. Early morning buzz of the scriptures, like we brunching, sipping on mimosa. Can't fulfill my can prophecy, gotta be fulfilled. Book is up for now. Tryna dodge the saying, gotta kneel the iniquity, escape all the fire.
I found a way. 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 I found a way.
I found a way to dwell with my brothers and my sisters. Glory to Yah. I found what was missing, now I live the scriptures.
Used to be MIA. I followed the wind and linked up on my brethren. Forget about the past, follow the cloud that's in front of me and read the blessings.